A couple things that we thought we wanted to accomplish today. We wanted to have fun. Coach Salt and I, we just thought it'd be good to get out and go fishing. Like our first few meetings was inside, and we got a lot more meetings we want to have inside, just so many little details about fishing, but we're kind of against the weather. So Coach Salt had a great connection here to be able to get us here. Please be super respectful. Don't leave anything on the ground, trash, worms, any of that stuff. We do want to be able to come back. They have caught 11 pounders out of this lake. Coach Salt's personally caught a 9-pounder. So it could happen today. You know, you may not get a lot of bites, but you may catch your personal best. And I did bring scales if somebody does catch one. So I want to weigh it. That'd be pretty cool. I'm pretty jealous. I didn't bring a rod. I mean, I got some in there, but I'm not fishing. It's for you guys, but I really, really want to. Another thing, I've gave your parents a discount card. Coach Salt and I got some discounts put together. We got some more coming down the pipeline. These are just the first ones. One of the cards is for tackle. One of them is for a rod and reel. It's a one-time use. It expires at the end of December, these two right here. On the back is one for sunglasses. I would suggest if you're serious about, if you're gonna use that code, go to Academy or go somewhere that sells Wiley X's. Bass Pro doesn't do it. Try them on, because they're all different sizes, you know, the width and all that stuff.
These aren't to look cool, guys. These are to fish in.
It's super important, guys. They make ones that aren't polarized. There's no sense in not getting glasses that are polarized. Polarized glasses allow you to look in the water, and not just to see fish, but we know fish relate to a stump or a log or a laydown or a clump of grass out there. The further away you can see something in the water, the better the chance is you can catch something off that piece of structure. That's why you want polarized glasses. I've gone with the Wiley X's because they're also safety rated. They will stop a projectile, a 17mm projectile, 650 feet per second at those lenses. You can go on that website and you can see some of those tests that they've done. You can shoot it with a shotgun, like bam. And they will not break your lens. Like, they are a polycarbonate lens. With that said, polycarbonate lenses, I don't care who they are, they will scratch easier, but they will protect your eyes. We had a cameraman at Major League Fishing almost lost his eye. He's lost eyesight in his eye, but a weight came back and hit him in the eye, and he's lost it. And he was wearing another pair of sunglasses that were made of glass, went through the sunglasses, went into his eye. So take that into account when you're buying sunglasses. I'm not saying you have to go buy Wiley X's, but buy something that's safety, like that'll protect your eye. That's super important to me. You want like shaded. Like I like to have something that you know, because when you're real, like next spring, we're gonna be doing some sight fishing. You want something that doesn't let a lot of light in on the sides too. That's really, really important. But I would definitely make sure they fit and try them on. And I'd also probably get something behind your head. A lot of you guys, your head's a little smaller, and if you turn going down a boat, I can't tell you how many people have lost their sunglasses when they turn around looking out the back of the boat, the glasses blow off. So make sure they're kind of snug, or put you one of those things on the back to keep them from falling off. Some other things we just wanted to accomplish here today. We wanted to have fun, we wanted to go fishing. It's super windy. One thing I'd like y'all to work on, I wanted to have it today with some casting deals, but the wind, it's not possible. But the number one thing that's gonna help you guys become better fishermen is become a better caster. The closer you can put your bait to where you need, like how many of you guys fishing that tournament last week or a couple weeks ago, like had trouble casting? Easton, did you have any trouble? Easton did catch a 5-pounder though. I do have to say, Easton and Jet, the team right there, they had a great tournament. They won the junior high side. In the high school side, we had the salts, were less than a pound out. Did y'all ever have a bite that gets you up into getting paid? Yes. Did you? Yeah, that 4-pounder, I remember hearing about that. Really close. It just goes to show one bite sometime throughout the day is like the difference in, like last place check was 200 and something bucks and not getting a check. So, but it was exciting that we had some people do good. But become a better caster. That is one thing you can do at the house. You don't have to have a pond. That's something I did as a kid all the time. I worked on my casting, and a roll cast, a flip, a pitch. We're gonna work on all that stuff at the pool as we go forward. But one thing I want you to look at is becoming a better caster. Another thing to think about is your rod and reels, your setups. We started to give out some discount codes. Make the most of those. You know, I know it's not a big deal right there, but get what you need. I would suggest guys learning 5 baits. You know, there's so much stuff out there on the market. But going forward in the tournaments that you're going to fish next year, or just becoming a better angler here in a pond, a spinnerbait, a crankbait, a square bill crankbait in particular, not a deep diving one here in Oklahoma, a chatterbait, a jig, and a shaky head. You know, there's some other things I'm leaving off, but learn those baits. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
And when you think about baits, bass eat, you know, they eat a bluegill, they eat a shad, and they eat a crawdad. You know, think about colors around that when you're doing it. You don't have to get all crazy on me and get all those things. And I've said it before, the wrong bait in the right place will catch them. So, Gavin, you want to tell us about your tournament a little bit? I'd like to hear about it. Tell us how your day went.
It started off pretty quick. We caught a couple keepers early before the sun kind of came up. It started getting a little bit hot, so then we caught them on a topwater starting in the morning, and then we moved on to something a little bit slower. We were fishing Cincos and shaky heads around some rocks and stuff later in the day, and we ended up catching our last couple late. I think maybe we had like an hour or two left when we caught our last keeper.
Cool. So what topwater were you throwing?
Whopper plopper.
Awesome. So what was the pattern you think those fish, like what did you guys establish that day?
Well, we figured out that we were fishing those train tracks kind of that run through
Yep.
Hudson, where they would come up, and we kind of figured out that if you were fishing on the sides of those, where they could come up and eat your bait, that that's where they would really hit.
So I'm just trying to like get everybody so the train tracks underneath the water, it's about 2 to 3 foot deep on top, and you feel like those fish were using that train track as an ambush point as that wind was blowing the shad across the top of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Easton, tell us about your fish, bud.
When we got out there, it was really slow. Like first 2 hours, we didn't catch anything. And that, like around noon, we started catching fish with the rattle trap. Yeah,
Tell us about the 5-pounder.
that's what I caught it on, and we caught it around can't remember where we caught it at, but it was under a bridge.
So it's on a pinch point. You know, that's something to think about, guys. That's something that I talk about a lot on the YouTube channel is pinch points. And it's no different in deer hunting or anything else, but that bridge makes a funnel. All that current, whether it's wind or power generated, has to go through there. And those bass, Gavin's spot was a pinch point. It was a vertical pinch point because the railroad tracks were this way, the top of the water was this way. It pinched the water down this way, and those fish, it makes it easier for them to get a bite. He caught that 5-pounder underneath the bridge. It's a pinch point, same thing. So, Grady, you want to tell us about your day? Am I putting you on the spot?
At the very first, we were fishing like a lay down, and then we caught them on a chatterbait and a shaky head. Then we just didn't catch them for a while. Then in the middle of the day, we caught them on square bills and shaky head.
Yeah. What about you, Jack? How was your day?
Well, the morning started off pretty quick. We caught a lot of fish, just no keepers. We were catching them on topwater whopper flopper and coves, and then it slowed down about 11 o'clock. And finally we moved to like I don't know, maybe half a mile long bank. It was full of rocks. And then he started catching big keepers, and I just caught smaller fish, but
It's a team tournament. They both count for both of you. Let's go fishing. It's really windy. Good luck. If you tell me what. Hey, if you guys catch some fish, man. Another thing that we've talked about a bunch in our meetings is our social media. I want pictures on that Facebook and that Instagram. How many people here are on Instagram? All right. How come y'all hadn't posted me a picture on there?
I haven't caught any fish yet.
Okay. Well, catch
a good
me a
answer.
fish. Go get me one. Let's blow that stuff up. Okay.